A very good morning, Team Zimbabwe. Mamukase, and welcome to Africa and Beyond Television Network, where we give you the latest trending news in the nation of Zimbabwe without fear or favor or bias. So, Vice President Constantino Chiwenga, in a certain interview, highlighted the need of the people of Zimbabwe to unite and work together. But we need to take a look onto that interview. Then we see the sincerity of ZANU PF. We need to answer this question: is ZANU PF ready to unite the country? Is ZANU PF ready to treat other people as the citizens of this country, or they want to continue to subject us as second-class citizens? So let us hear what he had to say first, then we get to the responses.
Day and night in supporting His Excellency the President to realize that vision. But for us to do that, we want to do it in unison, in peace, unity, and love, through hard work by every Zimbabwean. And all I urge is that the Zimbabweans must do away with the spirit of self-hate, hating their own nation, but we must join together. We might differ in our thinking, but we will never differ as Zimbabweans. Thank you.
So, in my view, there are key things he mentioned there. Number one, he speaks about unity. Number two, he speaks about love. Number three, he speaks about we have love, we have unity, we have peace. These are three key things he mentioned. Then he went on to say love or hate of the nation of Zimbabwe. We do not hate Zimbabwe. We hate bad leadership. We hate corruption. We hate bad governance. We hate nepotism. We hate violence. This campaign, which was happening, it divided the people of Zimbabwe. It was clear from ZANU PF people and FAS that the Triple C is a banned organization. That is what they were telling us. They were clearly saying, hakuitwi Triple C kuno. That does not amount to unity. With such kind of mindsets among us, we will never have unity. You will never have oneness as a country or as a nation. So I believe that these leaders, they needed to be sincere when they talk about these issues. Yesterday, we were playing the video of that guy from Kwekwe. He clearly declared that the MP of Kwekwe who won the election will not be allowed to sit there and deliver. But the leadership of ZANU PF talks about peace. The leadership of ZANU PF talks about love. The leadership of ZANU PF talks about ending self-hate. How do you end self-hate when you are simply talking to the media, but on the ground, your party members are doing the opposite and you do nothing? No arrests, no convictions. How do you talk about unity, peace, and love when people like Honorable Job Sikala are languishing in prison without trial? How do you talk about love, unity, and peace when people like Mboneni Ncube have there is no justice for Mboneni Ncube? There is no justice for Tinashe Chitsunge. There is no justice for Blessing Ali. All those issues are key issues which must heal this nation. There is no justice in the Matabeleland region. The Gukura-Hundi issue is not resolved yet. So how can we unite? Because for us to have unity, all regions must be involved in the nation building activity, which means there is need to have national healing. There is need to actually heal this nation and make sure that everybody comes on board. So I find this statement from Vice President Chiwenga insincere. In my view, I don't believe that he is sincere enough when he talks about these things. I don't believe that he means what he says, because if he means what he says, we must see it. We must feel it. You know, the people of Zimbabwe, they love their country. That is the reason why you see we are not leaving our own country. No matter the difficulties and the problems we have, we don't leave Zimbabwe. We continue to be in Zimbabwe. But the way we are treated as citizens is wrong. The way everything is being done in Zimbabwe is wrong. And the leadership must take responsibility. The leadership must understand that we need to be treated as humans too. We need to be treated as people. Once they manage to do that, you start to see the country itself uniting. You start to see the country itself coming together to deal with the problems which we have as a country. So there are several or various opinions regarding this whole issue about unity, because we have seen what is happening. President Mnangagwa announced the cabinet. That cabinet is full of cronies. That cabinet is full of his own relatives and friends, the Mchangwas. The people who are being accused of dividing Zimbabwe are part of that cabinet. What does that mean? Okay, let us talk about key issues. There is an issue of elections which are rigged. It's a very important issue. There is an issue, if you have rigged elections, what happens next is you bring enmity in between the people, because when you rig elections, you cause divisions. When you rig elections, there are some things you do wrongly, because rigging elections involves violence, involves coercion, involves all sorts of illegal things. What we saw from FAS, that one does not guarantee unity. It doesn't guarantee peace. Okay, we have people who have been abducted, the likes of Anawombera Inende. Who does that? How can we have peace when we have our people's safety are not guaranteed? Okay, people are supposed to protest peacefully. People are supposed to protest, but protests are banned. The civic space is being closed. The judiciary capture itself, it's something, it's shocking. There is corruption, there is money laundering, poor health system, unemployment. All those things are issues affecting the people of Zimbabwe. They need to be addressed by any serious government, so that when we start to talk about unity, we talk about unity knowing fully well that we have dealt with the problems which our people are facing. Deal with these things and see if the country is not going to be united. The country is going to be united because everyone wants peace. Everyone wants to have a comfortable life. So once you deal with these problems, you will see some of the things you use force just doing themselves. So in my view, I don't see sincerity in our leaders. They lack sincerity. They need to be serious. They need to actually hear the opposing voices and hear what are these people saying. Look into all those issues, find solutions, unite the country. The country is united by the leaders. Citizens don't unite themselves. They are united by the leaders. They are put together by the leaders. And the moment ZANU PF acknowledges that there is an opposition, the moment they will start calling the opposition in Zimbabwe recognized by the laws in Zimbabwe, the moment they stop calling them puppets of the West, that moment you start to see things change. That you start to see things change, because the moment you say these are neo-colonialist political parties, these are puppets of the West, you are making other groups agitated towards the opposition. And what happens next is violence. So I believe that our leaders are going to be responsible and are going to actually do what they mean, not to just say for the sake of addressing the media. So it is what it is in Zimbabwe. Let us continue to subscribe, to comment, to like, and also to share.